All right. We have right here in the top right of Zelnaga.
anypro Prime.
anypro Prime. And of course down here, our Zerg player, old school StarCraft 1 player. He is
OGS TheWind.
OGS TheWind.
And, you know, something kind of funny, OGS stands for Old Generations. When it was first made, it was all old players like Tester, Cool, The Wind, Into the Rainbow, those type of people. The only old generation left, aside from Spunky, is The Wind. So it's going to have to change his name to Ons. Old New Generations.
Newer young generations. Generation
NGS,
X.
man. There you go.
All right, The Wind knows this map can be tricky for Zerg. This is a region. There's so much surface area to defend.
Yeah.
The warp gate rushes are very powerful.
And, you know, I think I've mentioned that on like 12 different games on this map, PvZ, we still have not seen a single warp gate.
I know, we're going to lose our jobs.
No, man.
You guys got to believe me that people actually just do this a lot.
Seriously, really, really good. But Protoss is not wanting to do warp gate all-ins all that much in this tournament, which is really, really surprising because...
he is not going to be able to block the hatchery. I thought that probe was going to get down here, and
it is a gateway first, though, and that gateway is going to finish up pretty quickly. If he charges out some Zealots, it definitely could be a little bit annoying for the Wind.
Well, we see right now, doesn't look like he's charging any probes. So
definitely could be saving that to put out a Zealot, or gonna say, okay, I'll just actually not make anything and abuse the fact that you're not going to have any Zerglings.
You know what he might also be doing? He might be saving some of the charges for charging out Warp Gate. Yeah. So he might actually do that strategy.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of really good builds that you can do charging out units quickly, such as, you know, just charging out 2 Stalkers super, super quick. If you do that and send them down, against slow Zerglings, Stalkers are just owning. You know, they micro right back, never get hit. That could be something that he actually wants to do here, because just warping out like 2, 3, sometimes 4 Stalkers doesn't cost very much, makes him make a lot of Zerglings, and, well, it's a good move, but maybe he's not going to do that either.
Looks like he is going to charge out the Warp Gate. So it looks like we could see a situation where the Wind is going to have to really have solid defense in the early mid-game.
And it gets pretty hard to hold those Warp Gate rushes. We saw in Metalopolis, anypro almost broke him. He got enough Sunkens in time, enough Spine Crawlers in time, enough Zerglings. Use those Queens to his advantage. But anypro across map on Metalopolis almost broke him. Here, I'm feeling like the same build, which it looks like anypro is in fact doing, definitely has the possibility, the potential, to break through the Wind's defenses.
Yeah, I think so. So easy to force field this ramp here.
Oh yeah, you just force field that stuff and run around the sides of the expansion, or even run up there and then force field behind yourself. I've seen that, I've lost that, I've raged at that, Tasteless.
There's not much you haven't raged to, man.
No, not very much at all.
You are the angry nerd, man. When you
I am one of them.
We got 3 gates, and let's see here. Now he has to know, he saw that the charge was on the warp gates.
I like seeing the bottom of his ramp there, and I think we're going to see him warp out 3 Zealots and go.
Yep.
I feel like it's going to see the same build as last time, and I'll be interested to see, can he hold this in such an open natural? You'll see the difference between trying to hold this on Metalopolis and on Zelnaga Watchtowers.
That's very true. He is sending the probe out, so he's very committed to doing this. And the Lings are going to get in there. Oh, nice block with the Zealot. So he doesn't know if it's 3 warp gates or 4. Spine Crawler on the way. The Wind has to hang on. Or he'll be out of this tournament and I'll lose that $1 to you.
I know, man. And we'll be only 2 Zergs in the top 16.
That's right. That would be epic.
It's not a lot. That's 1/8.
It looks like the Wind, he's trying to get more defense. We see actually mostly Zealots warping in, and it looks like he's going to go over here. He's going for an attack. Nice force field, very good. He traps these Lings here. Okay. Thought that Ling was going to get lucky for a minute. And it looks like these Zealots pose when they actually walk up against the force.
Going around the Spine Crawlers. This is what I'm talking about, very far from the ramp. And it looks like these Zealots may, in fact, just overpower. And there you go, up the ramp. Block behind you. Go ahead, block behind you. I know you want to.
There you go.
And what are you going to do about that for the Wind? It's very difficult to stop a move like this.
He's going to be able to take out a ton of drones. He could even take out the hatchery if he does this right.
And will he put another force field up the ramp? Looks like he may not even have enough energy for that. But the Zealot's going to do huge damage here, taking out a ton of drones. Zergling's no match. And all that's left, a couple Hurt Queens.
As you guys can see, the Protoss continue to warp in units and just move this way into the base. And now he's going to go down. He doesn't have enough energy for Guardian Shield or anything like that.
He's got to get a lot of roaches out. He's trying to do that right now.
If he gets the roach horn, I think it's going to be game.
Yeah, you know, there's only a few roaches. Here we go, coming up the ramp with what he's got. Will it be enough to hold this off? Zealot's going down somewhat, but there's just so many units here. One queen down, roach falling, more units flanking. This is not good, Tasteless.
Yeah, this is not looking good for our Zerg player, TheWind. Old school player, but he might not be able to hold up the warp gate rush. Although the Protoss' forces are getting a little bit smaller.
They're definitely getting smaller, leading him into the spine crawlers. Very good move here. Trying to micro with this last roach. It's the last of the roaches, Tasteless.
This is the last roach. That whole species is extinct now.
And wow,
he's
ends
actually
up holding it.
I can't believe my
But
eyes.
this is a hard position to be in. 28 probes against 20 drones, 5 Zerglings against 2 Zealots, 1 Stalker, and 1 Sentry. And it looks like we're just going to see another attack here by anypro Prime. And how's he going to be able to stop this with simply these Zerglings?
Now, I'm surprised, actually, that the Protoss ran down here to defend it. I would have actually thought he was going to run up into the main when he saw the Lings over there.
But it looks like the Lings want to counterattack.
Does he warp
Is there
anything
nothing here? Oh, he warps in a couple, but
Barely.
if he had just right-clicked up that ramp, maybe he would have made it in. But it looks like we have an attack down at the natural. Queen blocking. And anypro, man. He may not end up breaking through this Zerg player, TheWind.
TheWind has had very adroit handling of this situation thus far.
Extremely adroit, Tasteless.
So adroit. And as you can see, he's got. It looks like he might have enough spine crawlers to hold this off. He could start making drones. Getting on Overlord. Every little thing counts.
You know, he has more roaches being made as well to help deal with all these Zealots. And good move running back. Beautiful move there by TheWind.
He can get this pylon here. If he takes that out, it's only 1 pylon left that he can warp units in with. Pylon is saved. Goes over here, tries to get this pylon.
You know, it's really looking more and more like TheWind is going to be able to hold this really strong rush here by any Prime. Look at that, beautiful moves. And if he gets that pylon, the rush is pretty much over. He's going to have to go ahead and just play an economic game.
Yeah, that means that, I can't believe this. I actually thought TheWind was dead.
Yeah, it looked like TheWind was quite dead, but, you know, the units do get whittled down when you walk inside there. The Wind stayed very, very calm and held on.
The probe spots the Lings.
And watch out, he may not block this. Oh, never mind.
That was close.
Yeah, runs away, realizing killing that through there. No. Look at so many units being made, though. anypro, man, he's putting all his hopes and future on this attack.
And he's going to try to engage again. I think there's too many roaches, too many spine crawlers, and he could easily get flanked from behind with these Lings.
That's what he wants to do. Get in range of the spine crawlers, any pro Prime, and I will flank you with these Lings, hit you from the front with the roaches, and take my game.
You can see how committed he is. He's even going to make an additional pylon, but he's not going to stop this rush.
And look at that. Beautiful force fields. Really stopped the roaches from doing what they wanted. Zergling's trying to come in, but it's such a small choke point here.
He does take out. Oh no, the Queen actually is going to make
the Queen.
The Queen.
The Queen goes down. Still a lot of Stalkers left, and he needs to pull these roaches back. Do not sit there with those roaches. A lot of Stalkers left after that battle. And
oh my god, and he gets into this position here behind the minerals. It's very hard to do any damage with Zerglings or roaches.
This is one of the reasons why this map is so hard to hold against these type of warp gate rushes. You just walk right around. It's so hard to cover everything with your static defense. And the wind is, if you didn't already know it, he is learning it now.
Oh my god, it looked like he was going to come back there. It didn't do it in time. More Stalkers warping in here. And that, I think, is the move that ultimately broke the straw that broke the camel's back.
It definitely was tasteless. You know, he's got some spines left, but just so many Protoss units at this point. Anypro, a sigh of relief, no doubt about it. That was very close to holding by the Wind, but at this point, there are just too many units.
Oh man, I'm speechless. I really thought the Wind had that. So how many Zerg players do we have left in the tournament?
2.
2. Only 2 remain.
That's all right. They're quite good, so hope they can get quite far.
Well, expect GG any second.
That's right. Drones coming out to fight.
I think if had he had better spine crawler placement earlier on, it would have been a different story, but that's it. GG. Zerg are quickly going extinct.
Yeah, man. I mean, we don't even have a breeding pair left. This is it, unless we start just, you know, genetically reproducing them.
I know. We're going to have to get their
Test
DNA.
tube Zergs, man.
We're going to have to do that some Jurassic Park stuff just to get those Zergs back into the GSL. Another Protoss moves on. That warp gate rush, really nice play. I gotta say,
yeah, no,
really
it's so great on that map, and I'm so glad that someone finally showed that. So I stopped looking like an idiot for telling everyone, like, hey, guess what, guys? This is like a ridiculously good strategy on this map.
I've done that before in CAS actually, where I'm like, oh, okay, I know exactly like the best strategy. This map. We start talking about it, and I'm like, oh, I guess he's actually not going to do that.
He showed us too, because the Wind like blocked so many times. He did an amazing job. He was constantly harassing left, right with those Zerglings, going up, checking the main base several times, making more extra units up there, killing probes, killing pylons. The Wind just went all out to try to stop this. Still got rolled over at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Anypro, by the way, really handled that rush very well. Did not overcommit at any point. You know, yes, he sacrificed those units in the main, but did so much damage with them. Totally worth it. Ends up walking around where the spine crawlers are covering the least. And that is it, man. Really great play by him.
You know, I think he was a little bit too dependent on spine crawlers. He should have actually cranked out a little bit more units. His placement of the spine crawlers wasn't that great. I thought when he held off that first attack, and then there was, you know, a short period of time where we didn't really see any action, I thought, oh my God, the Wind's going to come back and do this. But the second attack, once he got behind the minerals...
It was very patient, by the way.
Yeah,
he had to
very
wait
patient.
like 4 rounds of warp gate warp-ins to actually attack, which that is so patient when you're just sitting there doing nothing and your first few attacks have died and he has spine crawlers up. You know he's making units. To just sit there and make 4 rounds of units. Huge patience by any Pro Prime.
Serious patience, man. I really am impressed. That's too bad. So the Wind is eliminated.
That's it, man.
We hope to see him again, though, in the next GSL.
I really hope so.
We love seeing these StarCraft 1 guys switching out. So we'll be right back. Hope you send us some questions for the interview. See you guys soon.
Girl, you make me feel